You're listening to Spark TV, where we bring you daily interviews with real women in business at all stages. I'm your host, Danielle Lewis, and I am so grateful to have you here. What was it like taking something that is so deeply spiritual and personal and connected? Like, how was it actually taking that and that skill into a business? What was that
Yeah,
like for you?
very interesting journey, that one. So actually, that brings me back to what you asked before. So before I left Germany, I started to be interested in it, and I started to hear about uh, bioresonance, which is a energetic healing you can do. And then I heard about Reiki, but I left before I dove into it. And then I had my
Mm.
journey and my experiences, and then later on, bit by bit, I actually did all these modalities for myself. And I thought my mom used to be really riddled with pain, so she passed already. But there was
Oh,
a
wow.
lot of my part inside of me going, "Oh, maybe I can help mom a bit." So I learned Reiki, which is the hand-on healing modality where we connect to the universal energy. And then the Reiki master I did that with, she taught me very quickly, you do it always for yourself before you do anything for other people.
Mm.
And then taking that into business, that started in Thailand when I finished my Reiki master qualification over there, which are three different levels you have in Reiki, or up to four. And then I communicated with crystals already. But then that trust, to gain the trust, it took a while.
Mm.
The moment I finished that certification, which I wanted to do again for myself, because the first Reiki levels have brought so much change into my life and so much clarity, which was wonderful. So I just wanted to see what's going to happen next if I do that one. And the very first day I went out for dinner after that course, and one of my friends was like, "Oh my God, you finished. Can I be your first student?" And
Cool.
and then at the time I was a bit like, "Oh, I don't know. I have to I have to think about it." And then I went the next day. I'm like, you know what? Of course. And then that's actually how it started. And then coming from that kind of spiritual background with the work, it's actually quite tricky how to offer that. That really only
Mm.
came together here in Australia. Then it's that whole thing about, some people think, oh, you shouldn't charge for spiritual things. And it's like, you know what?
No, you should. You definitely should.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly right. I've learned a lot and many years and many modalities, and fine-tuned through my journey, crazy journey of life, all these
Yeah.
things, like, and but that worthiness and to actually get yourself out. And then
Mm.
I started off with having like stalls at the Mind Body Spirit Festival, for example.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, so I was there, and then like all these different little expos, and that's how I got myself out. I just had to follow. I mean, I completely do everything by intuition, and
Mm.
there was like nothing that held me back anymore, because it was like, oh, okay, that's what I have to do now. And I
Yeah.
never really thought about, like, oh, how is that going to look in 5 years or in 10 years? I just went with it. And then then you gain momentum you have a certain client base. And then once you gain that momentum, then it's like, oh, wow, okay, this is working for me, in my life as well as offering something beautiful to people. Yeah.
Yeah, and I love it. It's really interesting the thought about people who help people often fall into that I shouldn't charge for it, across very many industries. But it is, I do love that circled back to, no, actually I've gained this experience. I have done all of these things that is worthy, and you will have such a great impact on people's lives. So there is absolutely, I'm like, I always just put a pin in things because I'm like, I want, if anyone's listening that's doubting themselves, you
Yeah.
should be charging, even if you're helping people. Realistically, all businesses help people, right? It doesn't matter if
Yes.
you're, Spark, where we offer business resources, or, you're offering energy healing, or if someone's a graphic designer designing a flyer, we're all helping other people. It's all worthy and it all should be charged for.
Yes, exactly right. I totally
Mm.
agree. And even small stepping stones, like, yeah, it's all part of
Yes.
it. It's like we are a community and we have to work together as well. That's why I'm so
Yeah.
excited about the platform. When I came across it, it's like, oh wow, this is amazing.
Yes, it is. And I love you said before we recorded, like the people, the community. I'm like, yeah, that's the secret ingredient in Spark is just, I don't know what it is, but we just attract amazing people, like we just really, I don't know. I think it's, my philosophy is just take what you need when you need it.
Mm,
I just, yeah, it's really, and I want to evolve with the community as well. And it's just, I think as a result, we attract those kind of people and people come in and out over the years and show up and some calls don't and all the things, or they're on Slack or whatever it works for them. And I just find that, the type of people that have come together have just been so beautiful.
mm,
So yeah. So I'm
exactly.
very excited to have you as a part of it.
Yeah.
That wraps another episode of Spark TV. Shout out to Spark TV sponsor IP Australia for their amazing support of the Spark podcast and women in business. And if no one tells you today, you've got this.